Hi, my name is Edward, and I'll be sharing my reflections about the Ho Chi Minh 5-day student overseas trip that I went with my fellow peers. So, a few things that I learned from the young athletes in Vietnam, in Ho Chi Minh City, especially the universities that we visited, is firstly to stay humble. Yeah, because I visited the we visited the sports university of Ho Chi Minh City, and we actually got to join in a short session with their kickboxing class, their kickboxing team, and in the kickboxing group there were actually SEA Games athletes and even medalists. Yeah, but the way they portrayed themselves when they interacted with us was very humble. Yeah, they weren't like boastful. they were they were willing to interact with us, and they were willing to share their experience, share what they know. And likewise, I did too. And the next thing is, all of them, no matter what level uh, they perform at, they all respect their coaches. Yeah, so that's something that's really admirable about the students in Ho Chi Minh City. Um, yeah, because no matter if you're a SEA Games gold medalist, like I think one of them, uh, it is ultimately the coaches and teachers, friends, teammates that guided you through your journey to achieve that goal. Yeah, so I really admire that all of them were very humble. They were willing to um, interact with us, and although none of us have kickboxing experience, yeah, they were very patient. Yeah, so that's something that I really appreciate from them. Yeah, and the respect they give, not only towards the coaches, actually towards teachers from outside, our lecturers, and towards us as people who are younger than them, because they're in uni and we're in like polytechnic. Yeah, so yeah, that's something that I really appreciated from them. And next is things that I learned from the city itself, Ho Chi Minh City. The first thing that I learned is, uh, as compared to Singapore, Ho Chi Minh City is very kind. It's like it's a more relaxed country. It's a more relaxed city as compared to Singapore, in terms of culture and the way that the citizens, or like the people on the streets, interact with uh, their locals and us tourists. Yeah, they're very welcoming, and you know there's like cultural differences. Like in Singapore, things are very organized, especially on the streets. Um, everyone follows Almost everyone follows traffic light rules. Cars, pedestrians, so there won't be a lot of accidents. But Ho Chi Minh City, on the first day, our tour guide, he actually told us that in Ho Chi Minh City, or in all of Vietnam, the traffic lights on the streets are for decoration. Yep. So he told us, if we want to cross the road, just open our eyes, look at the motorcyclists, look at the drivers, raise our hands, and acknowledge them. They will acknowledge us. Yeah. Then the drivers or the motorcyclists will give way. So that's something that's like very comforting to feel in like in a country outside of Singapore, in a country that's like uh so big, so many people. It's The streets are packed with motorcycles, but they will always look out for pedestrians. Yeah, they're very kind. They won't honk out of anger. Yeah, so it's something that I really took in from the city itself. And the next thing is, the citizens really, the people in the city really seize every opportunity to learn. Yeah, so one example would be uh, a male a male seller, a male store vendor that was selling clothes. in one of the markets that we visited. He actually uh, learned 6 languages, which was like he knows Vietnamese, of course. He knows English, he knows Bahasa, he knows French, Japanese, and um, Chinese. Yeah, he conversed with me in Chinese, and one of my friends in Bahasa, and he knows one of my friends knew like Japanese also, and yeah, they were quite fluent in Japanese. Yeah, so uh, it really opened my eyes to see, oh, people in no matter what uh, sector, or no matter what occupation or role or responsibility they're in. People in Ho Chi Minh City really seize every opportunity to learn, to better themselves, to do their job, to carry their responsibility to the best of their ability. So you know I talked to the guy, and the guy said, oh, as a store vendor that frequently interact with tourists from different countries, he has to learn all these languages to sell, to make a living for himself, especially uh, in uh, in places like that. Yeah. So uh, these are the two things that I learned from the city itself. And for things that two things that I myself as a coach, or as an individual, I can improve on after the trip will be to firstly not take anything for granted. I've learned that. um, after visiting Ho Chi Minh City, it's really opened my eyes to how fortunate we are in Singapore to have so many facilities, well built facilities, and given resources, like for example, clean water. And very sanitary facilities. So I really learned to appreciate all this. And yeah I myself, as a coach, I will learn to notice all these small little things, uh, to think about what I can utilize, work on, uh, to help my athlete, to help develop my future athletes. So that's one. And second thing that I learned, or something I can improve on as a coach, is to allow my athletes to try out different sports. Yeah. So uh, during the visit to the Sports University of Ho Chi Minh City, I noticed that after the kickboxing session, there was like a supposed badminton session. Where supposedly actual badminton players were supposed to come and give us a trial, teach us some stuff. But I think some mishap happened. So the kickboxing athletes and their coach actually, like, they stepped up, and they were like, okay, um, I'll come and accommodate, I'll play with you. Badminton. So uh, one of my friends are actually a polite level badminton player, and he sparred with the coach. And like the kickboxing coach actually managed to keep up, and his strokes, his movements, everything was like very smooth. So as someone who doesn't play badminton as the main sport, uh, he really showcased like a certain level of familiarity with the sport, and like certain level of motor skill and like hand-eye coordination developed. So apparently in sports universities, or like other universities, students, they not only train and play their sport, they also try other different sports to develop their other motor skills. So something that I can take away and I can learn will be that. And to apply that into something that I can relate to will be uh, my sport of track and field. So track and field, most people think, oh, it's just running. Yeah. So I mean, a lot of us also, in my team, even at Polite Standard, we all think, oh yeah, it's just running. But there's other things like hand-eye coordination, and other motor skills, other minor motor skills that affects your performance and separates yourself from the others. So I really yeah, I really noticed this, and it's something to work on. Yeah, I'll go, improve on myself as a coach, as an athlete. Yeah. So yeah, these are the few things that I took away from the trip, and yeah, thanks for watching.